If we talk about the cardiac muscle, so these are basically the muscles of the heart. Cardiac, as you guys know, heart muscles. So this basically muscles make the heart of walls, or you can say the walls of heart. Okay, so heart of wall basically consist of the three type of muscles. First is the epicardium, second is the myocardium. These are basically the layer, myocardium. Third, we are having the endocardium. So this is basically the outer layer, and this is basically the muscles layer. So the cardiac muscle basically present in the myocardium, muscles layer, and this is the endocardium, from which the chambers are basically made. Okay, so this is basically the special muscles where the cardiac muscles are present. Okay, if we talk about the composition, so this cardiac muscles is basically composed of the single chain of the single cell. Okay, so that you can say that this own muscle, that each has its own muscle. Okay, and they are basically, sometimes they are single nucleated and sometimes is a nucleated. Okay, so between them we are having the intercalated disc. This is basically the disc which is used for the exchangement of the material. This is the structure of the cells of the cardiac muscle. Exchangement of material occur. Okay, the impulse can be you can say that the flow of the impulse from the cytoplasm can be exchanged. The exchangement of material can be done. Okay, so if we talk about the cardiac muscle, so they are basically the combination. Okay, these basically work as a single unit chain. They work as a single unit chain. If we talk about the muscle cells, okay, so they are basically striated, like these are the muscles and they are having the bands. What are bands? Bands are basically the bands which are basically, this is called the A band and this is called the I band. Okay, this band is basically made up of the myofilaments like myosin. Okay, and this band is basically made of the actin filament, and this is the myosin filament. Okay, this is basically you can say that this is the dark band through which the light cannot pass, and this is the light band through which the light is basically pass, and this is the thin band and this is the thick band. Okay, here you can see that these are the striations, that is basically irregular band, which means that there is one dark, then one light, one dark, one light. These are irregular arrangement striation. These are the striations, but the irregular. If we talk about the skeletal muscles, so they are having the regular, like one dark, one light, one dark, one light, but they are having the irregular. You can say that the bands. Okay, so this basically work as a involuntary. Okay, these are basically as you guys all know, let me tell you one thing, that involuntary movement of the muscles, that is basically controlled by the, you can say, the brain stem. The involuntary, you can say that the which is not in our control, that involuntary, you can say that the movement of the muscles is controlled by the brain stem. So this was about the cardiac muscles.